Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your August reading. Thanks for being patient with me. It's been a while since I posted, and I got a lovely reminder a couple days ago saying, hey, what's up? So I went and I did a video last night. I did a spread. I posted a little short of the actual spread. It was the strangest spread I've ever done. I got nothing but repeating cards and repeating clarifiers over and over and over again in that spread. But what I noticed was I had a note that a neighbor had sent me in the corner of the video with their address on it. And you could see it, and I tried to edit it out. I tried to crop it out. But when I tried to crop it out, I, being the technical wizard that I am, I lost the whole video, so I couldn't upload it. So we're going to try again. And basically the energy that I got last night for you, Scorpio, was that you're feeling kind of frustrated. There's something that you want to happen, and you've been waiting, and it's not happening, and you're frustrated. And the gist of the reading was basically, in a nutshell, that you need to have patience and faith and wait it out, because the decision hasn't been made yet. And so it's not that you haven't, it's not that you lost the opportunity. If it's a job you were looking for, it's not that the job has been given to somebody else. It's literally that they just haven't made up their mind yet, and they haven't. I was getting some kind of like contractual stuff, paperwork stuff. So it felt like the plan or whatever it was that you were hoping for just wasn't coming through yet. The timing wasn't right. Not that you weren't going to be able to make it happen. So hang in there. It'll happen eventually. I'm going to put out this incense because it is making me nuts. My daughter took my good incense, of course. Of course she did. So I'm going to put that out. Okay, I went ahead and I pulled your cards for the month. I did an ellipse spread for the month, so we'll have a lot of cards to look at. We'll pull clarifiers on these. I did the initial spread with the top deck, and then we'll pick another deck, we'll pull some clarifiers, and then we'll end it up with oracle cards. I like to do the oracle cards at the end because they kind of pull us out and give us a bigger perspective, a higher perspective. This is not geared towards love or romance or career. We'll just see what the cards come out. Whatever spirit wants to tell us, it will tell us. So I haven't seen the cards yet. I just pulled the cards. I'm going to flip them over with you. We'll see what's happening. Okay, in our recent past position, we have the Two of Pentacles. All right, lots of stuff going on. Lots of juggling of priorities. Lots of even feelings of turmoil, a lot of change. Two of Pentacles in the top deck is called change, so a lot happening around you, Scorpio. In the current position, you have the Lust card. So in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Lust card is called Strength. In the Thoth deck, it is called Lust, and Lust is short for luster, actually. And this is a card of recognizing your inner worth, basically, and letting it shine. So recognizing your strengths, knowing what you're good at, and not being embarrassed about them, not being afraid to show the world who you really are, not being afraid to shine, basically. It can also mean, of course, tempering negative impulses, but we kind of get that a little more in this deck with the Chariot than with the Lust card. But we'll pull some clarifiers and see what we have. So right now you're in this state of kind of wanting to show the world the real you, wanting to show off your strengths, but being held back a little bit for some reason. Okay, in the near future, two cards came out, so we'll pull them both. We have the Eight of Cups, and we have Temperance. In the Thoth deck, it's called Art. It's really definitely a card of alchemy in the Thoth deck, and since it's a major, it's going to take precedence over that Eight of Cups. So what it's telling me is that you need to have a little bit of patience, our traditional interpretation, because you are putting things behind you, definitely moving behind you. There's something that you're moving away from, a situation that you're moving away from, an emotional attitude that you're moving away from. And because it's next to lust, for some of you, I'm getting that it is really an emotional attitude that you're readjusting in your mind. You're kind of leaving old belief systems behind and moving into a new belief system. And with art being a card of alchemy, you're kind of grabbing, I don't want to say spiritual beliefs from different schools of spirituality, in a kind of new agey, I don't mean that I am kind of putting it in a negative way. I don't mean in a kind of pop TV kind of way. I mean in a real reflective way. You're looking at different belief systems, you're looking at science, you're looking at philosophy, you're looking at religion, and you're integrating all these different schools of thought, and you're melding them into your own philosophy, your own view of the world, your own guiding light, ethics, morals, your own epistemology, your own way of being in the world is what I'm getting from this right now, Scorpio. It's kind of heady stuff. It's very profound, but it's what I'm getting for you. On the higher levels, that's what you're doing. On the more mundane, you are looking at leaving something behind. Some of you are looking at moving away from a current situation that you're in. In your advice position, you have the Death card. So Death card is your advice, is telling you to make this transformation, make these changes. Don't put it off. This is your advice card, right? So as a Scorpio, you're not afraid of that Death card. You're not afraid of making that change. It looks like the time is now for you to make that change. Let's see what you have in your challenges position. In your challenges position, you have the High Priestess. So you're not listening to your inner voice, is what I'm getting with this. We'll pull clarifiers, but basically, for some reason you're feeling blocked, and that's what I was talking about earlier. I feel like that's not just me. I have many friends that are Scorpios. We are in this weird holding pattern, in a way, of wanting to make these changes, not really knowing how, and not really trusting our own intuition, our own guidance. And that's your blockage right now, is that you're not trusting that inner voice. Okay, let's see what your hopes and fears are. Your hopes and fears are the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is called Strength in the top deck. It is the strength to follow through in a difficult situation. So you want to go the distance. You want to go the course, right? But you're afraid you don't have the strength to do it. It's going in there with that High Priestess as your obstacles position, Scorpio. You want to hang in there, but you're afraid that you don't have what it takes, right? That's pretty interesting. The outcome at the end of the month, we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so the Ten of Swords at the end of the month is telling me that you're going to reach, it's the end of the cycle, right? So, but in the top deck, it's also a warning card, right? So forewarned is forearmed. It's telling you that you need to change your attitude. There's a lot of change, right, in this spread for this month, Scorpio. A lot of transformation. We're going to pull a clarifier on that Ten of Swords, but something's definitely coming to an end. The warning is to not think the negative, right? The warning is to look at this change as a positive. Look at it from the perspective of the Death card, whereas when you end one cycle, you start another. Because, as we know, in this world, everything is cyclical, right? We move from one phase of life to another. and that's that we're meant to do that. We're meant to do that. But I feel like something's weighing pretty heavily on you, Scorpio. So we're gonna pull some clarifiers and find out what's going on. I'm gonna use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot deck to pull some clarifiers. Initially, we'll just pull a couple clarifiers with this deck. This is the Marchetti Legacy of the Divine Tarot deck. This is the deck that I was getting really funky cards from last night when I tried to do your spread. So part of me is saying go with a different spread. The other part of me is saying give this deck another try. It's a new deck for me. The Marchetti decks are, you know, always so beautiful and very, they speak well, very intuitive, but for some reason this deck was all over the place. So if we have issues, we'll just, I'll switch decks. And there's that indecision, you know, that's Scorpio, that indecision that's been plaguing me all month. I don't know if it's been plaguing you. But let's see what's going on with that Two of Discs. Spirit, please clarify that Two of Discs for us, please. We got the Page of Swords, clarifying the Two of Discs. Sorry, I've got the lights on, a little bit of reflection. So the Page of Swords. So this change involves learning new things for you, assessing. That's kind of the situation that you've been coming out of in the past, trying to gather information, trying to get your bearings straight, figure out what's going on. Please clarify lust for me. Why lust in the current position? We have the Fool card clarifying lust. So something new, this new change, this new this desire for a new way of being, a new way of living, starting a whole new cycle, and wanting to be authentic within this new cycle as you start this new path in life, this new direction. As you take this new direction, that's where you're at right now, Scorpio. That desire to manifest something new is strong. Okay, why the Eight of Cups? Why the Eight of Cups and Temperance, please? Thank you, Spirit. Why the Eight of Cups and Temperance? My Temperance, please. Thank you, Spirit. The Three of Swords. So something happened something's going to happen in the near future that's going to kind of sting a little bit. Why the Three of Swords? The Magician. Okay, so there's a lot of like, a lot of manifestation energy. You want to move away. What I'm getting with that Three of Swords really is not that something's going to happen in the near future, but that this Three of Swords energy is what's propelling you to try to manifest something new. So there's some kind of disappointment that you're dealing with. Three of Coins. Some kind of disappointment within a group situation that you were dealing with, Scorpio. And I'm going to pull some clarifiers in a little while with a different deck on that. But let's move on from that card right now. I'm getting a bunch of different scenarios with that. For some of you, I'm getting the impetus to move forward and to move away and create this new cycle in your life is because of just a general disillusionment with where you've been, and wanting to just start afresh, right? For some of you, I'm also getting, because I've got that Three of Discs, it's a group situation. So something hasn't worked out for you in a group situation the way you were hoping that it would. And so you're being told to change. You're being told to move on. Why the Death card, Scorpio? Why the Death card for your advice? The Eight of Coins and the Hermit. Okay, so for what I'm getting right now, pretty strongly with the with your advice to move on and to make this change, is that this is definitely a work situation. So for some of you, you're very good at what you do, and you are dealing with a lot of conflict in your work situation. Either you're not being recognized for the work that you do, or there's a general lack of cooperation in the workplace, maybe backstabbing in the workplace, that kind of thing. You're not being recognized. Your abilities, your talents, your contributions are not being given the respect that they should be given. With this Eight of Discs, clarifying what to do, you are very good at what you do. And in this card, it's an interesting card. This illustration, it looks like he's reading a letter, which to me is saying, it looks like he's, I'm really getting like assessing a job offer. So I think that, if you've put out resumes, if you've applied for new jobs, I think you'll be getting offers pretty soon. You'll be getting some offers within the month of August, Scorpio. This Hermit card, usually in a work situation, says that you're very close to being recognized and reaching your goal. Super close to being like publicly recognized. So what I'm getting here is that you're definitely being told to move on from this work situation, this career situation, whatever this is that's going on for you. You're being told to initiate a change, right? And that Lust card, we go into that Lust card and the Temperance card with the Eight of Cups. All of these are saying you may have been presented with a change in the recent past, or you may have been, or your situation changed in a way that you didn't like, and so you've been trying to decide whether or not you should move on. It looks like you're being told to move on. What's the external? Why the High Priestess? The Ten of Cups. So your obstacles right now are that you're not listening to your intuition, which is preventing you from attaining that Ten of Cups energy, that just happy, blissful, serene way of living, and it's not about making a ton of money. It's not about, investments or gold or anything like that. It's really just about your own psychological happiness and just feeling comfortable and happy and calm and appreciative of all that you have at home, and just really calming that inner turmoil. We got the little dog and cat hanging out together, chilling. So all this stuff behind you, you're not listening to your inner voice. That's your obstacle. You know what you need to do, but for some reason you're holding back. Why the Nine of Wands? Why the Nine of Wands? Thank you, Spirit. Why the Nine of Wands? We have Judgment. Okay, this is a reevaluation. This is really hitting me, Scorpio, as a really psychological spread for you this month. This is a month where you're just going to really be, you're really assessing, you're thinking deeply. You're not acting impulsively. You're trying to really move and act from a place where you're making wise choices, right? So with that Judgment card, your hopes and fears, you're looking back at your past decisions and you're wondering, did I do the right thing? If I didn't do the right thing, you're kind of like reassessing your plan. What can I do better this time? How can I move forward in a way that reflects the fact that I've learned from the past and that I am moving forward, right? You're never going to be perfect. Nobody's ever going to be perfect and not make mistakes. But we move forward and we learn from our mistakes, right? That's how we grow and that's how we learn. So you're kind of in that position right now, Scorpio, where you're kind of judging yourself. The downside to this is that you may be being way too hard on yourself right now, Scorpio. So if you're being really hard on yourself, I need to ask you to kind of pull back from that negativity. That's where you're getting that Ten of Swords. You know, I would rather see here the Fool or, you know, a new beginning card than the Ten of Swords, right? Because even though the Ten of Swords is good because we're going to end a very difficult, troublesome cycle, there's still a tinge of negativity that we're carrying on with us, bringing forward that angst with us. And I'd rather, you know, not carry that angst with us. And I know that's easier said than done, right? Obviously. But as we do the work, we ascend and we find it easier and easier not to carry the negative with us. As we delve down and do that shadow work, we're able to kind of let go of self-limiting beliefs, let go of issues that keep us down. Okay, let me get some clarifiers on that Ten of Swords. Why the Ten of Swords at the end of the month? Now, important to say that this is the outcome should things move along the path that they are now, right? We have free will. We can change our perception of our situation at any time, which will change that Ten of Swords outcome. We got the Eight of Cups again. Okay, so that Eight of Cups is really, you know, that is, I actually really like the Eight of Cups a lot. Now, I get the Eight of Cups when I'm moving a location. Some of you might be physically moving. I always get the Eight of Cups when I'm actually picking up physically and moving somewhere else. And that is an emotional card. It's a cup card, but it's, like I said, for me, it manifests a lot when I'm moving. So you could be moving physically into a new home, into a new apartment, to a new city. You could be moving into a new job. I feel like for those of you that are unhappy with the job situation, there is a new situation coming in for you by the end of the month. And this Eight of Cups is a really beautiful card too. It talks of not just physical transformation, right, but emotional transformation and spiritual transformation. So this is what I was talking about earlier, you know, because he's got the little octopus body on the bottom, and the octopus talks about spirituality and transforming spiritually. And so I think that you are moving into this mindset. So with this spread, the Ten of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Three of Swords that we saw earlier, those aren't really necessarily external swords that are going to come at you. They are more you moving past these limiting thoughts in your head, you know. Yeah, and you get the King of Cups at the end of the month. So that is, you know, the universe kind of having your back with that King of Cups. The King of Cups telling us that you're protected, you're making the right decision, that you're nurturing yourself, you're reaching towards the Holy Grail. As you move forward, you're moving towards your goals, your ideals, things that are very meaningful to you. Why that King of Cups? I want to get another clarifier on that King of Cups. The Lovers, a choice. So there, you might be coming into some kind of romance at the end of the month as well. I don't know if it's with somebody new, if it's somebody old. We'll pull some clarifiers with another deck. But for some of you, you may be picking up a little bit of romance. For others of you, you may be just making that decision that helps you move forward. Now, I am intuitively getting, for some of you, that the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords is referring to an external party, someone physical, but you will know if that's the case. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If that's the case, keep your thoughts to yourself. Don't share your plans with people that you don't trust. Nobody needs to know what you're thinking. Just move along, do your thing, and don't be goaded into revealing any information. Okay, I'm gonna pull some clarifiers on what you're coming into, what the energies you're coming into with this Kipper deck. So since we're doing the Marchetti cards, I'm going to pull out the Kipper deck. And I don't know, I'm just going to throw a shout out. I don't know if you've seen Zane Intuitive Guidance, if you've seen his channel, but if you haven't, check him out. He's a really talented reader. He's been doing these he's been using these Kipper cards, and now, you know, all the kids on the playground want to play with them too. Me included. So I forgot that I had these, and I was like, oh yeah, these are cool. I'm going to pull them out. And my dog wanted to say hello, so say hello to my dog. Okay, what's the energy that Scorpio is moving into? Message, you're going to get some kind of message. It's the energy Scorpio is moving into. Thank you, Spirit. Privileged Lady. What's the energy that Scorpio is moving into? One more card. I like to pull the three cards. All right, we got 2 more cards popping out, but that's okay. You got, all right, Scorpio, you got message, privileged lady, journey, and official person. What this is telling me, which is great, what I want to see, those swords cards, those negative swords cards, those are all in your head. Okay, so we're going to need to not entertain those negative thoughts anymore. No more stinking thinking. Get rid of the negativity, okay? Because it's all in your head, and what you think, you create in your world, okay? So what's coming in for you is you're going to get some kind of message, and if this is if this is about your job, that job situation we were talking about, it looks like you're going to get that job offer. You are going to get some kind of message, something good's coming in for you. Privileged lady, it's going to be financially good. You're going to make, you know, you're either going to make some, you know, more money than you're making now, which is great, or it's going to put you in the position to make more money. This is a journey, so you're leaving. You're definitely leaving. All right, we got the 8 of Cups twice. We got that transformation card with the death card and the advice. This is happening for you this month, Scorpio, or you're definitely making the plans to have this happen for you. It may not solidify completely by the end of the month, but this is the month where you're really making these drastic changes. Journey, some of you may, you know, again, you're moving. You're either physically moving into a new house, you may move to a new city, you may take a trip. I'm getting for some of you, you may need to take a trip. I don't know where this is coming from, but you may need to take a trip for like real estate issues. This is just an intuitive message that I'm getting. So for some of you, or somebody, one person, you may need to go look at some real estate. You may need to go to the house that you're interested in purchasing and look at it in person. If you've been doing it all online, please go and look at it in person. It's not necessarily going to be bad, but you're gonna find out some stuff that you wouldn't have been able to find out strictly, you know, through online viewing, and then you can adjust your bid, or you can adjust your, you know, closing stuff, however that works. Official person, this is, you know, definitely a bureaucratic individual, bureaucracy, so this is kind of all going in with this job offer that I see coming in for you. Okay, at the bottom of the deck though, we also have the Lovers. So again, this is this new move, this new situation that you find yourself in, Scorpio, this might be bringing about a new romance if you're single. You may meet somebody through this new move, not necessarily through the job, but maybe through people that you meet through the job. Okay, this is turning into a really long spread. I mean, a long reading, but that's okay. I've been away for a while and I've missed you, so I want to keep chatting. I'm gonna pull it out farther, and I'm gonna pull some oracle cards for you now. I like to end with these oracle cards. They give us like a fuller perspective, kind of like pulling back and get more like bird's eye view of our situation for the month. Scorpio. So first oracle card I'm going to pull for you is from Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. I love this deck. It's so beautiful. All right, Spirit, what guidance do you have for Scorpio for the month of August, please? Scorpio, the month of August. Kind of got two cards. You got laughter and you got let love be your beacon. All right, laughter and let love be your beacon. Yeah, I feel all this heavy energy. Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to kick the camera. All this heavy energy has been a bit much. It's time to lighten up a little bit. So I'm going to read to you from the book. They're pretty quick reads. Laughter says, laughter breaks up stagnant energy, gets things moving, and helps relax you. Laughter is a powerful antidote to stress, pain, and conflict. Nothing works faster or more dependably to bring your mind and body back into balance than a good laugh. Humor lightens your burdens, inspires hope, connects you to others, and keeps you grounded, focused, and alert. All right, and your other bit of advice from this oracle is to let love be your beacon. So lead with love. When you enter into a new situation, see love paving the way. If it is a tense situation or work environment, do a visualization exercise of filling the space with bright, beautiful love for everyone involved, including yourself. Acknowledge what is going on and be willing to change how you are approaching this. Communication will be harmonious and you will have greater prospect to create what you are looking for. Focus on the light within you. Imagine this light shining out of you. My dog just walked into the room, if you heard that. Okay, hi baby. All right, I'm gonna go back a couple sentences. Communication will be harmonious and you will have greater prospect to create what you are looking for. Focus on the light within you. Imagine this light shining out of you. Your inner light will permit you to see the world with new eyes and learn new things every day of your life. Okay, lead with love. Lead with love whenever you enter a new situation. If you're in a tense situation or work environment, fill the space with bright, white, beautiful light. Just wanted to repeat that part because that seems really relevant to our discussion earlier with conflicts at work and with group settings at work. So you may find that helpful to alleviate that pressure until you are able to move into a new position. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card now from the Blue Messiah Oracle deck. And then this is usually the biggest, most far-reaching deck I have. It's the most broad. It's like the broadest. It gives us the 30,000-foot view, the view from outer space as we look down on ourselves. Okay, what advice do you have for Scorpio for the month of August, please? Thank you, Spirit. What advice do you have? Taking a while. There we go. Okay. You got Sacred Union. Hold that in a way that you can see the cards. Sacred Union. And put it down right there. This is number 24. Okay, one of the most powerful ways to embrace with the infinite source of love and glimpse the divine mysteries of the universe is via the sacred union of love. Cosmic power and energy exchange as a result of this union is a profound channel to experience heightened transcendent states of consciousness. When you unite with unconditional love and absolute trust with your partner, okay, well, this is interesting. This is totally out of left field. And this looks like it's talking to the end of, I'm not going to read this because this is it's a little too too intense for this channel, I think, right now. But this could be talking to that Lovers card and the King of Cups and that energy that we were feeling about getting into a new relationship at the end of the month or meeting somebody new. I think that maybe this is kind of just like a little teaser of what's to come for you, Scorpio. I'll do another reading. I'll do a love reading, just a separate reading for love, which I never do, but I feel like we need to do it. I'll do that in a few days. But yeah, I think that this is just, you know, kind of giving you a little hope for what's to come at the end of the month. So if you've been feeling down, if you're single, know that that you will probably be meeting somebody at the end of the month. And if you're already in a relationship, then this really talks about spiritual communion. Here it talks about spiritual communion of souls in deep meditation. That's a line that's popping out for me here, and it says, always keep in mind that it is only through unconditional love and trust that doorways will open. And your exercise really says either, you know, this card is connected to the heart chakra, the third eye, and the crown chakras. So it's really saying that allow yourself, it wants you to allow yourself to open up to unconditional love through the sacred union of merging the masculine and feminine. And this can be the masculine and feminine within yourself. Allow your awareness to climb the ladder of consciousness, to kind of integrate your polarities, and love all aspects of yourself, which is really great. You know, it's great advice, but very interesting card to end on. I'm wondering if I'm not going to pull another card from this deck. That's just cracking me up. I don't know why. Now I want to grab, okay, you know, because we're going with the love thing, I have to grab the romance angels. Let me pull a romance angel card and see. I can't leave you with that. I feel like I just can't leave you hanging with that little card. Thank you, Spirit. What do you have for Scorpio in the love realm? All right, you got let go of control issues, allow this situation to unfold naturally, and getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So it does look like, you know, this is a new romance on the horizon for you, Scorpio. If you're not in a relationship, this is something new coming in for you. And, you know, the best part at the beginning when you get to know each other. And if you're already in a relationship, you know, I think it's going to go to a deeper level as you reveal your true self to your partner. You're going to move on to a deeper level of communication, and bonding, which is fabulous. All right, Scorpio, I hope you found this useful, helpful. Let me know by maybe like dropping me a line, posting a comment on the video of what you found interesting or how it connected to you. I apologize for my dog. She's eating like a rawhide chip, and she's making noise, which I'm sure you can probably hear. But that's all I got for you. My dog just cracks me up. She cracks me up. All right, I hope you found this helpful. Hit the like button. Subscribe, please, if you haven't subscribed yet. Let me know what you think. Share your stories. I'd love to hear them. Have a good one, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.